What up, YouTube? Topaz Yates back with another Live from the Underground. Here we talk about particular topics that's going on in the industry at this particular moment. And I guess there's none bigger that we need to talk about today. There's something that was completely unpredicted. Did not see this one coming at all. But Isaiah Rashad, I'm sure everyone on this channel at least should know him. Anybody that's going to click on this video knows who Isaiah Rashad is, an artist who was becoming one of the more notable individuals within TDE, which is a pretty good mid-major, but yet he is also signed to, like, he got the deal through TDE that got distribution and things of that nature going to Warner Brothers Media. Man, he hasn't had a bright career yet. He really hasn't like buzzed to the level in which people have been projecting him to do, as he has skills. He's a good rapper. I give him the respect for that. But now, like, for those who don't know, on Twitter, I believe it got leaked out on Twitter especially, was he got exposed a image of a video, got a video exposed of his personal preferences with his own partners. I'm gonna put it like that because, you know, YouTube has a way of banning individuals. You feel me? They have a way of shadow banning you, especially if you dig too deeply into things that they deem is not right. Let's just say it like that. But there's a video leak of him doing something to a partner that is not a typical thought that you would conceive of a individual, of the types of lyrics that he delivers, of the type of record label that TDE is. The fact that, you know, gangster rappers and rappers of this kind of substance, they usually don't go into these types of directions when it comes to their personal preferences. And this is something that a lot of people it came out of left field, just like how the whole thing with Nelly just happened, where he accidentally uploaded a video of himself with a woman, though. Isaiah Rashad was with a man. And Isaiah Rashad was the one making the actions with the man. And keep it one thought, I mean, this does not surprise me at all. Not one bit. But I will say that this is a horrible way to be outed. Like, I got family members with the alphabet people and all of that. I got family members in that, and for any of them to be put out there like this in order for somebody to do whatever, this feels borderline like blackmail. You feel me? For someone to put you out there like that, to put you out, that's a personal thing that I feel as though you should you don't have to do anything like that. No one has to know about your personal life. No one has to know about anything that you do. No, what up, Sean? No, it wasn't a she, man. It was a man. Like, it is full blown, fully out there. You feel me? And I mean, this is something that, you know, if he wanted to tell us, I think he would have. Maybe. But at the end of the day, I think it's more along the lines of everyone wants to believe that you have to be one kind of way. You have to do one kind of music. You have to do all of this to be widely accepted in the music industry, in music in general. You feel me? Because you feel you can't be yourself, that you can't talk about these things that you are actually doing, or make the music that you feel like you should be making, that people feel as though, you know, there's no opportunity for me. If people find out that this is what I want to do and how I am, then people gonna disrespect, people not gonna rock with me. There's no way that I can move the units that I want to move. And that's untrue. Like, this is one thing that individuals as a whole need to get over. Because one, people don't know, like, let's just look at it in the context of music. People don't know what the next hit is going to sound like. Only until you hear that next hit that you actually like. That's when people begin to like, oh, I want that. I want something that sounds dope like that. I want something next level like that. But yet, you don't know until you hear it. So ultimately, the creative need to create. And whatever sticks, whatever is hot, whatever that happens to be, then that's what you run with. That's what the people run with. Like, but people try to make it into more of a science. Like, you have to be a real hip hop head. You have to rap like this on top of beats that are trash in order for you to be accepted in this community. No. You just have to make creative and good music. You got to make the best music that you can. Put it out there, promote it the best way that you can, and sometimes it'll hit. Sometimes it will not. Most times it will not. But you keep pushing it until you find that track that you need to do. But in the context of like personal lives, of the type of life that you must lead, yeah, sure. I know a bunch of people that are not open-minded, that are going to flip up 1000% because they seen this or they heard of this. But at the end of the day, you know, I don't think most people care. Like, when you look on Twitter right now, it's still trending on Twitter right now. Isaiah Rashad's name is trending. Most of the people are supportive. Most of the people are like, yo, that's messed up that whoever did that put him out there like that. That's really whack. Other people are coming out like, other people are coming out with their own preferences. Like, yeah, they are that too. They're with the alphabet people too, as there's a good selection of alphabet people that's out there. You feel me? Should this mean that he has to change up his content 1000%? Yes. Well, not all the way. I mean, because for the most part, he was never like a sexually driven lyricist. He was always doing more social content in terms of political, not completely activism or nothing like that, but yet he had deeper content than most. You feel me? So I don't think he has to change up any of that. But when it comes time to you talking about, oh, all of the women that you with or anything like that, then nah, people ain't gonna try to hear that no more. Curve Beats saying he always thought he was, but yeah, they ain't have to expose dude like that. That's facts. Sean saying, I hope it's not true. His career is going to be over. I don't think his career is going to be over because, to be real with you, how big of a career was he having to begin with? Like, it's not like he was like a mainstream super buzzing all over. Like he had his niche of audience. He had his own people that was rocking with him, and these same people are on Twitter right now defending him. That's his core audience. Most of them are not going to turn their back on him. It's just, I don't think he's going to have the mass appeal to rock on the highest levels. But his core audience that he has now that's still defending him, which I don't think he was going to get bigger than already anyway. Honestly, I felt as though Isaiah Rashad had his chances to catapult himself to the next level, and this wasn't going to be the thing that sabotages it. I think the thing that sabotaged it was the fact that he didn't deliver when people were actually were actually expecting him to propel himself to the next level. I think it's the music, not so much this leak. But why am I saying that I am not surprised by this at all? And it's not that I was just hearing his music and seeing how he moves, like, oh, he's like that. No, a lot of these artists that's in the game are like this, dude. Like, as much as 50 Cent likes to continue to rag on Young Buck about potential things that he does in his personal life, that he's trying to use against him to continue to break him down, like, that's what these industry cats do, you dig? When they put you on, in a lot of cases, in order to control you, they get dirt on you. They get something on you that they feel as though can sabotage you and your whole career. Like, the random stories that you hear, like, of label execs, they only will, like, run trains on artists because that's the artist that they gonna sign. And in order to get signed to these labels, you have to show up to the events and wear particular things to show that you down for what they like. Dog, the casting couch is real. People do not want to believe that it's real for some odd apparent reason, but women have to experience that in Hollywood all the time. That is not limited to guys. That is not limited to only women. A lot of these labels, a lot of these A&Rs, a lot of these executives, a lot of them are funny style. And all of these people, they don't put nobody on without getting their own benefits out of it. Now, their own benefits can be they're getting a percentage of sales. They're getting a percentage of everything that you do 360 deal style. Or they're getting this kind of gratification from you. It could be both. It could be all of the above. None of this should shock you. None of this should shock anybody at all. But see, it's videos like these that are used to keep these artists from doing things that they don't want them to do. I don't know what it is that Isaiah Rashad has been doing maybe behind the scenes that somebody's like, you know what? All right, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for you. And it could be he's breaking up with his lover. It could be a straight up jealousy play, because you know dudes be acting like chicks and stuff anyway. Dudes be doing that type of stuff because they're weak. Or it could be Isaiah Rashad wanted to get up out of his Warner Media deal, and these individuals had something on them like, you know what? We not gonna let you. We'll burn you to the ground before we let you just walk away when we invested some money in and we ain't even get none of it back yet. Because you never really popped the way we thought you would pop. It could be any number of things. We do not know. I'm just speculating. I'm just telling you straight up that there are tons of people that are secretively living a double life because they think that they have to in order to succeed or be notable and actually have a career in music. And what I'm telling you is there's too many examples of people that live alternative lifestyles for that to be true. Now, am I saying, okay, look at an individual like, say, Kid Cudi. I'm not saying that Kid Cudi is of any preferences. I don't know. I don't know any of his preferences at all. I'm just telling you that his music is different than the vast majority of people that's out there in the music industry. I'm not saying that Kid Cudi has any funny style to him at all. But we can all look at this individual and perceive that he's different, right? Through images of things that he was doing when he went on to Saturday Night Live wearing a dress. How he went out, as long as what Sean says, Kid Cudi's been irrelevant for 10 years. As long as he's running with Kanye, he's not irrelevant. And then, I mean, Kid Cudi's last album was kind of dope. It wasn't the most amazing album of the year, but it was a good album. I would put him in the top 10. Top 10, top 12 album, somewhere around there. But Kid Cudi album last year, if it was last year, I'm pretty sure it was last year. But that was not a bad album. But how he wears eyeliner and dresses and goes out there, but yet he's still signed to a major label. He's still rocking with Kanye, even though they beefing left and right from time to time or whatever. They go off the deep end at the same time and they fall off, and there's a lot of nonsense that goes along with it. But yet, all this time, this longevity, that we still know who Kid Cudi is. But he clearly lives an alternative lifestyle. So he shows that it can be done. Look at Kanye. Kanye came into the game, Rockefeller. But yet, he wasn't rapping like everybody was rapping on Rockefeller. Everybody on Rockefeller was gangster music, trying to be like Jay-Z and all that stuff. Kanye came with the backpack, even though he was using the backpack rappers in that whole style in order to gain his own notoriety, as he said in his own interview. He was using these individuals, but yet he came into the game different than what any of these people that was signed to his label was doing, and he saw mass success based off of that. And then, as you begin to break down his career as he gone on, he's just gotten different. He just got more different and weirder, doing music that he decides he wants to do. He stands alone and does his own thing. You do not have to fit into any particular mold, regardless of your personal preferences of who you be with, in order to find your own success. Like, I mean, look at Lil Nas X. And I'm not a fan of Lil Nas X. Why? Because he's an industry plant. He's an industry plant that they're using to force his preferences on children. That is not cool. That is not cool by a long shot. That's honestly, that's predatory to the degree that somebody needs to slap up Lil Nas X, to be real. Just the fact that he'll allow himself to be used like this by the mainstream record labels and stuff. But he goes to show you that lifestyle, there will be people who will promote it. There are people that will try to take it and try to get the maximum amount of money off of it. That's what Lil Nas X shows. And I'm not saying that Isaiah Rashad should be flaunting and going out of his way talking about this, because if he wanted people to know about his sexual his preferences, if Isaiah Rashad wanted people to know about his preferences, he would have long expressed this. He wouldn't have been hiding it for so long. But at the end of the day, it puts in context a lot of his cryptic messages that he's had over the years. You feel me? When you begin to break it down, like, he doesn't make a lot of waves in the social media platforms, but when he does, it's always something odd. Like, he did make waves in the social media when he sent out a text. He sent out a tweet talking about, man, you ain't got to be like that, man. You just could go ahead and leave. As many people were assuming that he was talking about Kendrick Lamar, because Kendrick Lamar went through the whole thing of, you know, I'm going to walk away after this album, tried to make it out to be like he's doing people a favor by walking. He tried to pull the whole Russell Westbrook when Russell Westbrook was just trying to console LeBron, and AD said that I could have been in there to help y'all in the game, even though he was the reason why they were down. That's what Kendrick Lamar did, and Isaiah Rashad was calling him out for that. But yet, Isaiah Rashad shortly came out after that saying, man, y'all take this stuff way too seriously. Like, a man can't talk about his woman and have a conversation with his woman. Now, this puts that into more context now, doesn't it? Clearly, you was talking about Kendrick. Now, could he be with both? Yes. Could he be talking about a woman in that whole thing? Yes. But how much of that are you actually willing to believe now? I'm not willing to believe all that much. You feel me? Like, I'm now back on the train of, yo, you were calling out Kendrick. What? Stand on it. Stand on what you were saying about Kendrick, bro. And then there was like some other messages that hit Twitter that, you know, it was on some super depressing. Like, they deleted it. All I can remember, it sounded super depressing to the point that people were like worried for him, worried about his life in general. And this puts that into context as well. I mean, when you live a life that's a lie, putting on a front, and this front is what you're going to be known for the foreseeable future, and you cannot step away from that, or else you honestly may risk losing everything, as that's what he believes, even though I don't believe he's going to lose his fan base, which his fan base is the reason why reason why he's still in the music industry to this degree. And the fact that this has been going viral like crazy, so therefore, honestly, this is probably going to build him more than you think. This is probably going to help push him more to the forefront if he can get out of his own way, out of his own shadow, get out of his own head about it. If he can not let it send him into a depression and just go ahead and continue to release music, and now you have the right to be true to yourself, there's a strong chance he comes back bigger and actually does have a chance to see the success that people wanted him to have from the beginning. He has a chance for it. Now, I see what you're saying, Sean. Like, a lot of people on the West Coast don't be playing that. A lot of people be on some, we not gonna let that rock. We're not gonna be fans, and hey, that could be true too. That's true to a degree too. Like, I'm sure there's a bunch of West Coast cats that don't play that if you in a particular genre. But when you look at the geographics of California, especially when it comes to voting and all that stuff. Like, they were the ones who was voting for the rights to get married. They were the ones, or like, it's a purple state where it's a blend of both conservative, liberal, all of that stuff. And each of these have their own point of view. A bunch of these people were closeted as well. You feel me? So there's so many people out there that are participating. If he lives in his own truth, I think he'll be okay. I don't think he's going to be mainstream, dominant music industry figure like many people thought he could become, but I don't think he was ever going to become that anyway. With this, I think he'll actually find some more success. But my question is for y'all though, is, does this change anything for you? Are you no longer a Isaiah Rashad fan? Are you no longer an Isaiah Rashad fan? Were you ever an Isaiah Rashad fan? Does this change if you are a fan or if you're not? Because me personally, I was never a huge fan. Like, I mean, there was moments off of the 2 albums, but none of them were all that amazing. Like, honestly, the only person that I've been a fan of in TDE was Kendrick Lamar. And a lot of people think that I hate Kendrick Lamar's guts. Why people think I hate Kendrick Lamar's guts? Because I'm a harsh critic of everything that he did. That doesn't mean I dislike him. That doesn't mean that I don't acknowledge the fact that he's one of the top artists that's out here in the game. I acknowledge all of that. But I'm just not a fan of the music that he's been kicking out for a little bit. Carve Beat says he's still a fan. That's what's up. That's what's up. I ain't mad at that. Sean says, nah, I'm not a fan. So, I mean, were you ever a fan though, Sean? Carve Beat says J-Rock is dope as well. Like I said, man, all of TDE were massively disappointing for me because, and it happens all the time. Like, whenever you got a great rapper, in the vast majority of the people that come in on, like the homies or the team that they put on, the vast majority of them usually come out trash. Look at Eminem. Eminem tried to put on D12. D12 was trash. Jay-Z. All of the members of Rockefeller, I'm not saying that they were trash, but I'm saying that they were not amazing. None of them, up until Kanye came through and crushed the feelings and made it into something much more. But the vast majority of the artists, and I like Beanie Siegel, I like Memphis Bleak, I like these individuals, but I can recognize that they were nowhere near what people thought that they would be. They were nothing close to what people thought they could be. Ludacris was an amazing rapper. The only rapper that he put on that people actually looked at like, oh, that could be dope was who? I mean, at least Nelly had Chingy. But Chingy was, not a fan of Chingy. Nelly, I was cool with Nelly because Nelly was, he was the pop culture phenomenon that made cool music. Not nothing too big or amazing, but he had his moments in the sun. But he didn't really put on nobody that was phenomenal. The only artists that I can, well, there's a few artists that put on people that are phenomenal. What's his name? Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne put on Nicki Minaj and Drake. He put on Young Money. These two artists going into the hip hop rock and roll Hall of Fame. They're going to go eventually. But that's because Lil Wayne was great and he acknowledged what greatness is and he actually put on some great individuals. You don't get that very often. And when you look at TDE, like they were supposed to be the artistic group, the artistic individuals, the label that can take the whole indie sounds and bring them into the mainstream and make something amazing and change the music. Not really. Didn't happen. We didn't even get a Black Hippie album. We didn't even get a Black Hippie album before Kendrick bounced. Poison University says 2 Chainz is a GOAT. In what reality is 2 Chainz a GOAT? And I mean, I'm not saying 2 Chainz is bad. 2 Chainz has lyricism sometimes, but I can't point at a classic album that 2 Chainz released. So nah, I can't rock with if you're gonna be a GOAT, then you gotta drop at least one classic project. Kendrick Lamar had Section 80. Jay-Z, Blueprint. Kanye West, College Dropout. Like, you name it, like, you gotta have a great album to be considered to be a GOAT. And then you gotta be great on something else too. And nothing about 2 Chainz is great. Like, for the most part, 2 Chainz for his time period was average. Average to good at best. Carve Beat says, I'm fan, not the biggest, but I like Headshot. I found The House Burning good, but boring. And homies bagged, I don't care. And homies begged, I don't care for, but I'm a fan to the intent that I'll check out his new music. And that's respect. That's respect. I mean, me personally, this video and his own preferences and things of that nature, that's not gonna get in my way of actually listening to his next stuff. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm going to review anything because, again, I don't think he's an amazing artist. Like, what's happened to him here is horrible. And because it's horrible, it may propel him to a different status. Debo the God says, is the video real or is it fake? From everything that I've seen, everything, every reference, every article, every person talking about it, every element of it, it seems to be real. I mean, now I didn't watch the video because that's not something that I want to see. That's not something that I care about. So I cannot tell you for certain, like, because I looked at it, I watched it, and then I seen if there's actual, like, frames, like, there are certain videos, like, okay, have you guys seen, like, the videos on YouTube where dudes are doing magic, but yet it's all just how they're manipulating the camera in order to do visual effects. Like, you can do that. But I don't think, like, how much video editing effects can a person put on a video like this and make it seem real? Like, exactly how you gotta be the Steven Spielberg of video effects to make something like that seem real, and it's not. Debo says, is it really him though? I hope not. If it is him, it's probably a relationship gone bad or somebody trying to blackmail dude. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this feels like it could be blackmail. Well, it could be both. It could be either. It could be either or. Like, the music industry, they do that. Like, you want out of your record deal? Okay, you can be out. But your career is over because I got a video of you and I'm gonna put it out. That can be plausible. But then, relationships gone bad. That happens as well. And if that is something that happened here, dude is a sucker. But, I mean, that's what they do. Dudes be acting like chicks anyway, even if it's a relationship with a man and a woman. But a man and a man, a lot of cases, both of them be acting like chicks already. You feel me? So it would not shock me either which way that this goes. Now, given it doesn't seem, because he was the one making the actions. By me knowing that detail, it seems to me that it was the other person that was recording. So it had to be the other person's video. Now, this other person is either gave that video away as blackmail, or this person is upset. But either way, that was the person who leaked it. So it is what it is. Call Beat saying, I tell you somebody posted it and it was him. There ain't no faking that. Hey. Like, there's been a big selection of videos that I've seen that I could tell was fake. You dig? But these types of videos are very difficult to fake. Point blank, period. Debo saying, you know, people they think that it's cool like that. Like Kanye West's cousin blackmailed him for his laptop that he stole and threatened to put videos out of him. Yeah. Oh, that's facts. Oh, it happens all the time. The blackmail is real. If you ain't paying somebody for whatever and they have something of yours, oh, they will take it. What up, Intelligence Cycle? So you late, man, to the video. So here's what it is, brother. A video has surfaced of Isaiah Rashad with another man. And it's a difficult one to fake. It's one with him making all the motions. And it comes off as, okay, either he had a relationship with this person and he broke it off, and this person is trying to blackmail him, or the record labels are using this against him because they had it as something to go against him if he's doing something behind the scenes, like he's trying to get off a record deal or something, because this is something that they do. Carl Beat says Isaiah was the one recording. He had it in selfie on his face. False. Then he flipped the camera to two white dudes. And I had to drop the phone. Oh. Now that changes a lot. When you say two white dudes, like I'm telling you, the music industry, these dudes, the executives and stuff, they be running trains on these new artists, dude. In order for you to get put on, you have to do what they want you to do. And then they will give you the record deal that you want. And then they use that against you. They use this against you to keep you in check. For in case if you try to do anything, they got you. And they got them. They're going to use this. Well, at least they're trying to use this. But see, here's the thing though, Sean. As Sean said, his truth is his downfall, especially his lane. Here's the thing. This was true for when you was in the 90s. When you was in the 2000s. All of this would be the downfall of an artist by exposing him for his own preferences that he has. But we not in those times no more. Does he have a wife and a couple kids? Intelligence Cycle says that he has a wife and a couple kids, if he's not mistaken. If this is true, I'm not saying if it is or isn't, more than likely definitely a bad luck on his part. Whew. Let me look that up. Let me look that up. Hold up. Yeah, he got 2 kids. But here's the thing. And you know who else has a wife and 2 kids that a lot of people have questions about? That a lot of people have a lot of questions about his actual preferences, and it makes a lot of sense. Barack Obama. You feel me? Like at the end of the day, a lot of people have a lot of questions about Barack Obama too. So you can, even though he has a woman and 2 kids and all that stuff, doesn't mean that he doesn't live whatever lifestyle that he wants to live. We see it all the time. We see this completely all the time, you dig? As Intelligent Cycle says that it doesn't take away from his music. In my eyes, though, he's made several of my top albums of the year, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, because you've been following for quite some time, Intelligent Cycle, that I'm not a huge fan of Isaiah Rashad. I don't feel as though he dropped any classic music. I've never been a huge fan. And this video coming out doesn't change that element for me. It doesn't change anything about that to me. But it wouldn't take, if I were a fan, it wouldn't take away the fact that I'm still a fan, because I'm in it for quality music, and if you got good music, I'm gonna rock with your good music. Now, your content must change though, in my eyes. Like, when I know that's not who you are, that's not what you represent, then I cannot continue to listen to your lyrics if you're not talking about these things that you are about. That's me personally though. Like, I know most people, they don't listen to lyricism. I do. What you rap about, what you talk about, it is kind of important to me. And if you are going out of your way to live a life that you don't live, and you're not even all that lyrical with it to begin with, then nah, I'm not cool with that. Debo saying, when Young Buck got caught up, he got trolled more and more because he fought the real situation. That's facts. He's still fighting it to this day. He's still trying to avoid the fact that he's been caught, that people all but know what it is. And, you know, 50 Cent is going to run that up because you're an enemy to him. And as long as you continue to hide from it, you continue to give 50 Cent more ammunition to go after you. Like, it's better to live in your truth, especially when the truth is out there. Like, I can see when people don't know and you want to keep your own privacy, because you don't have to tell everybody what's going on. And an individual like myself don't really want to hear that anyway. So if you just deliver quality music, then I'm cool on it. Like, I'm not going to step away from it. Like, I'm not a fan of the Lil Nas X content. Let me just keep it 1,000. Just you overtly pushing that into the faces of the youth especially, I'm not cool with that. But I ain't got nothing against you if you're good at what you do. Like, as you guys know, I'm a fighting game. I play fighting games. I didn't tell you guys yet, but I made it back to diamond rank. And I'm fluctuating in between diamond and and platinum again, but I made it to diamond rank again. One of the best fighting game players that's out there. His name is Sonic Fox. I got the utmost respect for Sonic Fox. Sonic Fox is easily the best in Mortal Kombat, Skullgirls, Dragon Ball Fighters. He's definitely top 2. He was top 2 till he stopped playing it. He's been the best in fighting games for so long. He's openly, he's out there, he's out the closet openly. He's been out the closet the entire time. He's a furry. You feel me? He wears the furry costume and all that stuff for a reason. Not because he's promoting anything, because that's the lifestyle that he goes into. And, you know, he he goes along that alternative lifestyle. Does not take away the fact that I watch his videos when he goes out there and bodies people at all of the fighting games. When he goes out and 10-0s people. I got nothing but respect for him. I got nothing but respect for his work and what he puts forth. And I would have that same respect for Isaiah Rashad if he delivered that caliber of music. So let me put on top of it, because he got outed, people are going to try to make him out to be better than what he is. People are going to try to make it into, I'm all but assuming this, but if he does release more music, people are going to make it like he's a champion for that lifestyle. When can you say that he is? When he was hiding the whole lifestyle all the way? One, no, I can't say that it is. And two, the fact that he had 2 white dudes, and that he did the video, and somehow it got leaked. So somehow it went from his phone to somebody else's phone and released. So either somebody hacked into his stuff and put him out there. Either somebody hacked into him, which, hackers do that type of clout chase, whack nonsense. Hackers do that from time to time. So we cannot completely eliminate that. But what clout, it's not like Isaiah Rashad was the biggest act at the time. This reeks of the record label blackmailing him. This reeks of the record labels being upset with something that he did and exposing him for who he is. And as I'm telling you, a lot of artists in the mainstream, in order to get to the mainstream, they had to have a video like that. There's a reason why individuals like myself don't get put on. You feel me? There's a reason why individuals like Nipsey Hussle, they never wanted to give him a record deal. They always wanted to sabotage him, even though he was the hottest thing in the streets, even though he revolutionized the way music is sold, even though he revolutionized the game as a whole. They never wanted to give him a shot. Never wanted to give him the record deal that he wanted. They never wanted to do anything for him. And one, it could be the content, where, Nip delivered some good content. He spoke truth a lot. But at the end of the day, he wasn't accepting of none of the nonsense. He wasn't accepting of the 360 deals. He wasn't accepting of whatever lifestyle or whatever videos that they want you to have in order for you to become an artist. He was a man of integrity that did everything that he wanted to do. Those types of things is why individuals don't get put on. Core Beat says, I feel you. Can't listen to somebody who don't live their lyrics, or at least using a creative way to tell someone else's story, etc. That's facts. That's 1000% true. Authenticity is important in the music industry. Yes, you can talk about someone else's life. J. Cole gave a whole mixtape about his homie that went to jail, and he gave him a mixtape, the For Your Eyes Only, where it was a whole mixtape dedicated to his daughter before he died, so that his daughter could know who he was. The whole mixtape was his life. That was a super creative way to tell somebody else's story. But from this point on, ain't nobody trying to hear about all of the women that Isaiah Rashad is dealing with. Why? Because we have the visual evidence, don't we? This is going viral right now. Everybody is, whenever you say anything along those lines, the first troll that you come across is going to call you out on that. But this is the thing about artistry. This is the thing, and Isaiah Rashad isn't a bad artist. As I said, I'm not a huge fan of his. I'm not like going to sit up here and prop him up like, yo, his albums were great or anything about that. But I will tell you, he has enough talent that he can take whatever he wants to talk about and make it into a quality song if he so desires to. So this honestly changes nothing. If he can make quality music off of anything that he talks about, that's all you got to do, and just live into your truth, bro. His fans are going to rock with it. I don't think his career's over by no long shot. And Damn is in here trolling. But it is, Sean says, authenticity is important in rap, especially gangster rap. And that's facts. Like, your reputation is everything. And you build your reputation based on what you say, what you do, you standing up and being true to who you are. That's your entire reputation. None of your reputation has to be living in one particular way, if you notice. None of what I said says you have to live like this in order to be with, well, the most gangster depiction of a stick-up boy that's still widely respected to this day is Omar from The Wire. And, you know, I was never a fan of Omar's personal life on The Wire. I never really liked the fact that they would cut from the super gangster. We just shot up the block. We dealing all of this drugs. We having deep conversations and all that stuff. And then they directly go from that to a scene that Omar is having with his boyfriend. I was never a fan of that. But yet, the gangster that, even though he was a snitch, just the ruthlessness and the fact that he was more despicable than all of the people that's on this TV show, but yet the way he does it made him one of the more endearing characters as well. Like, when Omar got smoked, a lot of people felt the kind of way. But that was because he had integrity. He stood up for who he was. He was authentic to everything that he did in that TV show. And that's why everybody still remembers and likes that character, Omar. Oh, you hated him. You hated him so much that it struck so much of an accord. Carl Beat says that Isaiah Rashad ain't gangster rap. He just like another version of Currency. My fault. Just another version of a like Currency. Sean says Isaiah Rashad and Currency don't rap the same. I don't think that's a good comparison. Currency is more gangster rap, I think. Yeah, he's the weed smoker. He's the weed smoking rap with a gangster feel to it that raps the same on everything. Like, he doesn't change, he doesn't evolve. He got his audience, he just does what he does. Isaiah Rashad, in that context, yes, they have the same. They make a similar approach on the fact that they have the audience and they're going to do just the particular music. But them rapping the same, nah. Carl Beat says, nah, they don't rap the same, but they just rap about their lifestyles or the whips, etc. But neither one is gangster rap. I don't know about that, but maybe. I'll give you a maybe. I gotta do more research for that one too. Cause I haven't listened to Isaiah Rashad stuff in a minute because, like I said, I'm not the biggest of fans. I would have to really do an analysis to determine if what you're saying is 100% correct. Not saying that it's not saying that it can't be, but that's one that I need more research on. Debo the God says Isaiah Rashad raps about regular guy things. Yeah, facts. And that's why I'm like, yo, because that's the direction in which he took his music, that's the direction in which he's done a lot of things, I don't think there's going to be a massive fall off. I think his audience already accept him for who he is, just based off of the things that he rap about. This was more of he didn't want everybody to know his personal preferences, and two, it's clearly a blackmail video. That he did anything and everything so that he could get put on maybe. Like I say, that's what this week says, and something has gone wrong, and now they're throwing him out of the closet, and I feel as though it's messed up that they doing that. Debo also said, just because people have kids and were married don't mean that they not living a diverse lifestyle. Looking at Bruce Jenner, that's facts. They made Bruce Jenner the woman of the year. The first year that he became a woman. And that's a joke from Dave Chappelle for those of you who didn't catch the special. It's like I'm saying, man, this is not something that I would wish on anybody, but if anybody musically can weather this storm, it's probably Isaiah Rashad. Because one, it's not that far of a fall from where he's at if he does lose any audience. Two, his style of music and what he's known for, he was never putting on such a massive front for anything. All he has to do is just adapt any lyric that he was talking about a woman and talk about it about a guy, or talk about it him being bi. He just got Sean is saying that he was talking about chicks on his songs. Come on, man. Yeah, he was. Because it was expected of him. You did? But I mean, that's not the guy that I go to when I'm trying to hear about some songs about women. If I want to hear a song about some women, I'm going to turn on Too Short, some freaky tales. These are the tales, the freaky tales. These are the tales that I tell so well because I know he lives that lifestyle. I know what he's talking about is facts. And he makes complete hits off of that. If I'm going to listen to anybody about that, that's who I'm going to. When it comes to Isaiah Rashad, it always came off as he's saying this because that's what he thinks people want to hear. So honestly, he can just change up all he has to do is change up who he's talking to, what he's talking about, but still make the same music. And I feel as though his audience, his fan base is going to carry on and continue to rock with him. Chris Zero, what up, homie? He says, on a bit of a side note, I wonder how he's going to be perceived from this in combination with Kendrick leaving TDE. I always thought Kendrick left Isaiah would be carrying the torch. Now, I did talk about a little bit of that. Like, this puts that into a whole nother context. If you do remember, Isaiah Rashad sent out a tweet when Kendrick announced that he was leaving TDE, as he said he was leaving TDE in the most condescending, it's all about me kind of way. Isaiah Rashad sent out a message said, you ain't gotta act like this whenever you putting stuff out there. You feel me? Like, it came off like he was disrespecting Kendrick for the approach that he was doing. And then Isaiah Rashad came out like a couple days later talking about how, oh man, our brother can't talk about his baby moms or talk about his woman like that without y'all assuming things. Like, okay, this takes that into a whole nother context. If I am Schoolboy Q, I'm looking at him like, oh, so you was dissing Kendrick Lamar. And you just putting on a front, because you clearly was putting on a front all the way. Ah. Pause, Sean, pause. I'm not going to repeat that because, you know, YouTube be sanctioning me. I'm already shadow banned, fam. I'm already shadow banned. Oh man, that's whack though. Like he kill you in the fruit like Donkey Kong in Donkey Kong Country. Is that what you're saying? That's messed up, dog. That's real messed up. But if I'm anybody in TDE, realizing that, okay, I'm looking at it more in the context of you've been living an entire double life this entire time that I've known you, if they didn't already know. Now, these people were around him all the time, correct? Well, not all the time, but they were around him more than the vast majority of anybody else in the music industry. Now, I don't know about you, but I got cousins that live alternative lifestyles. And I knew they lived alternative lifestyles for a while. They didn't have to tell me. Like, there's certain things that people living alternative lifestyles, what they do, that you can pick up on. And it doesn't make me feel any kind of way about them. I don't hate on them. I'm not mad at them for any, like, it ain't got nothing to do with me, but I've always known. So, it would be hard for me, I would be hard pressed to say that an individual like Schoolboy Q didn't pick up on the cues that Isaiah Rashad was living alternative lifestyles. Now, could he be just a master of hiding everything? It could be. He could be really that good. He could really be that good. Just being able to hide who he is from the closest people to him. And that could be what drive the depression that people that he clearly was having, because he was having like messages that he was posting on Twitter that people were like seriously concerned about what he might do something to himself. You feel me? In which this could be a symptom of having to live a lifestyle where he had to hide it nonstop and not be himself for anybody. You feel me? So he could be really that, when you're really that good at hiding who you are, then it does have detrimental effects on the individual, which can lead to depression and lead to things of that nature. But I think TDE already knew. So if they already knew, then I don't think these individuals will feel any kind of different way towards him. But if this is coming out of left field and they felt like, oh no, you've been lying to us this entire way, then yeah, I would not be able to have a friendship with you. I would not be able, if I'm running with somebody and I didn't pick up on the fact that they're living an alternative lifestyle, if I didn't pick up on it and they were just going out of their way to lie about it nonstop, trying to make song after song, being the one the one who's bringing it up all the time, trying to make female songs and all that stuff, you trying to use me to make it seem like you are not living that lifestyle because I'm not living that lifestyle, and just you being in my association might give you credit, then yeah, I'll be like, nah, I can't rock with you because you're a liar. You using me in order to gain some kind of, so that you can fit in with the industry that we doing instead of being yourself when all you had to do was be yourself. I'm never going to go against you for being yourself. Certain things I don't want to hear. Certain things I'm not going to participate in. Certain things I'm not with. Now we can set this. We can set that border. We can set these rules. I just don't want to hear it after that. You feel me? Debo the guy saying that it's confirmed and he's shocked. How is it confirmed? Like, did he come out and say that it was him? Which, I mean, at the end of the day, we know that is him. Literally him talking to the camera. Yeah, he's a rapper. You can identify his voice. He's talking to the camera. That's even worse. I'm not watching that crap, dude. As I'm saying, that is clearly not for me. I'm not a fan of such things. But what I am saying is, it's not going to take away from, did he identify himself and say his name in the video, Debo? Like, he's clearly oh, he's wearing the same glasses. Your alternative lifestyle is watching Friends at night? Okay, now I got questions. I got a lot of questions, Sean. Why is you watching Friends at night, dog? Like, Friends, I was never... same lineup, same bid. Like, oh, okay, so just based off the visual cues. He got in the same... man. Like, of all TV shows to watch at night, why is you watching Friends, dog? Yeah. If you want to watch a funny sitcom, watch Atlanta. Watch the reruns of Atlanta. Quit watching Friends. Intelligence Cycle says, if the rest TDE camp hadn't already noticed this, well, the truth has already unfolded. I don't know exactly what you mean by that. Debo says that he got all these white and Spanish friends for a reason. Shaw says he watched Friends for boredom and it's plain like water. What was it? Wasn't Friends like the white people ripoff of Living Single or something like that. I can't quite remember exactly. They steal everything that we do. And Friends was something that they just stole from us, and they hype it up to be something amazing when it's trash. But yeah, man, I mean, you always want to look at an individual in a group of friends and who they're around, and then you'll realize what that individual is into. Not saying that just because you hang with these people mean you all like these people. Alright, Intelligence Cycle, man, you out. Be easy, brother, man. Be good. When the other funny shows wasn't there, I watched Friends. I got questions about watching Friends, but that's not what we're talking about here today. But to sum things up, because I'm not going to go on about this forever. You feel me? I don't think we should continue to dwell on this beyond this video. You feel me? Like, I mean, we have a good time talking about it. We can clown right now because it is what it is. Like, hey, it is what it is. We can clown, but at the end of the day, after this video is done, I'm not going to care about this topic anymore. The only way that I care about this topic anymore is when Isaiah Rashad drops some music, and if he tries to continue to put on his front, or if he doesn't actually address this. Like, oh, you gonna have to address this. You can't just have this come out and then you just go on and try to live your life and be like, oh, none of this happened. No. This is something this can't happen in rap and you not address this. So that's really the next time that I'm ever going to talk about this is when he addresses this. If he doesn't address this, Sean says he's not gonna dwell. I'm just roasting and I'm gonna delete his music forever. I feel that. I mean, because at the end of the day, I mean, what happened here, it ain't funny, it's messed up what happened here, but yet we find humor in all the worst stuff, don't we, as a people? As a people, we turned slavery into comedy specials like Dave Chappelle and all that stuff. So if Isaiah Rashad can't take a joke about it, then he clearly ain't ready. He clearly ain't ready for what's about to come, what's clearly about to happen. Like, the jokes write themselves. Oh. Devo says, this finna be big bro Isaiah Rashad has been on The Breakfast Club like twice. Meh. I got questions about Charlemagne. Like, would it shock anybody if Charlemagne the God got a video like this? Like, I know Debo says, I know he's gonna try to denounce it and say he was in a bad point of his life. I hope friends and family got him ASAP because I don't want him to kill. Yeah, because that's the thing. That's why you really can't go too hard roasting. You dig? Because you don't know how he's going to react to this. He's already an individual that be posting like highly questionable things on Twitter that make you question if he's depressed and if he'll do something to himself. He's already one that do that. So I'm not going heavy on roasting. I haven't roasted at all. You guys know how I do when it comes to roasts. Oh, you guys listen to my Real Hip Hop is Trash. Y'all watch that video, right? Y'all watch my videos when I'm going in on people. I line up the jokes, and the jokes would write themselves here. But yet you can't do that here because we do not know how Isaiah Rashad is going to respond. And he could take this rough. He could definitely take this rough. But my thing is, if he takes it lightly and just lives in his truth, that's like the best case scenario here. That's honestly going to help him. That would help him out so much. You feel me? Now, one thing that I definitely do want to see as well, like whoever put this out, you know that this is a hate crime, right? Like, this is what they did for women, correct? Like, women, you cannot use the tapes in order to put them out there on social media and stuff like that without you going to jail. Now, I want to see whoever it was who did this, I want to see them get tried. But the odds are it's his white people. And if it is the white people or the Mexicans or whoever it is that he's hanging with who put this out there to do this to him, 9 times out of 10, nothing's going to happen. Believe me when I tell you the rules are different. It's for white people. A white person can do whatever it is they want to do, and that includes leak a video to expose you as an artist and get away with it clean. At least they're going to try to. At least they are definitely going to try to do that and get away with it. But I want to see these people get tried. I want to see justice. I don't think that this was right. I'm not a fan, but I'm a fan of justice. I'm a fan of people getting the just results. No pun. I'm not trying to rust. No pun. I want everybody to be able to live their life without having this kind of risk. You feel me? See? Debo says that he shouted out a producer named Showtime. Whoever Showtime is, he sent it to him to get. And that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Why would you do that in this type of video? Why would anybody, Rainbow Justice, why would anybody do that in this type of video though? Let me ask you that. Like, when was the last time that you seen a chick in her own video shouting out who did her hair in the middle while she's doing what she do? When was the last time you heard that? Why would an individual do that? Like I said from the very beginning, you do not get put on in the game unless they have things like this on you. For a lot of these not everybody. I'm not saying everybody, but the vast majority of people who do not have an initial fan base to begin with, that people are already checking for, in order for you to get a slot, the vast majority of them do a little something to get that slot. Now, the fact that he is shouting out people while doing this is him identifying who he is, what he's doing, in order for him to go ahead and get the chance, for him to get the opportunity. This is the blackmail that you have to do. It's co-signed for business. This is the back end of the royalties. But all I'm saying is you do not get put on without having stuff like this. This is what these people in the industry use to keep you in line, to make sure to hold you down forever. And maybe Isaiah Rashad was like on some, you know what? I don't care. Go ahead and drop it. I'ma be alright because my fan base is gonna rock with me and you guys aren't gonna hold that over my head forever. I want to go ahead and live my life and be successful and get my own money. That's what could be happening here. And they released the tape because Debo says, I do agree what goes on in our bedroom is our own business. He seemed drugged up, man. I don't know. Like, I ain't never been drugged up. I ain't never been so high that I don't know what I'm doing. I ain't never, and I have been blazed making some of these videos that I've been doing consistently for the YouTube channel of all of these years. Some of my best content has come when I've been blazed up. I don't know if you guys have even peeped it, but I remember things that I do. You dig? Now, he probably got blazed up so that he can do this because he knew he had to do it in order to go ahead and get his notoriety, in order to get his slot on in the game. Debo says that social media and YouTube is about to do their research. So you're saying that they're gonna do the background on him? All the way, how far back are they gonna go? But I mean, again, I'm not clowning. I'm done. I'm done with the roast session. I'm the minimal of the roasts that I'm going to do. I'm done with it. Because again, you never know. You never know what he's going to do. You feel me? We don't like. If Isaiah Rashad takes this and is a good sport about it, and is honestly like, yo, they dropped the sex tape, whatever, man. It is what it is. I'm still gonna do me. I'm still gonna be successful. I'm still gonna push forward. Y'all can be mad at me all you want, but this is just who I am. If he goes in that direction, and if he can have fun with it too, you feel me? If he can have fun with it, it's gonna change his entire perception. It's gonna change everything. But that's when I'll be comfortable with like really roasting him, if he actually becomes a good sport with it. So I'm done with the jokes. Done with the jokes, Sean. I'm done with the jokes. But I mean, in this day and age of social media, man, everybody gets identified, Debo. Like, everything and everybody. You can't hide who you are. Like, especially when you doing reckless things like making videos and sending it to people, you're already asking for that to get sent out there. Like, this is one of the reasons, like, it's this type of stuff right here. This and the fact that, you know, guys can't keep a tape to themselves. It's the reason why one of my exes, she would never do a video with me. And it's because, you know, people, once you send the video out there, you have to have absolute trust in the person, man. Come on, fam. The joke. See, that joke would be better if you said, is he the quarterback or the center? But again, I'm done with the roast. I'm done with it. I'm done. But in order for me to be done, I need to go ahead and leave, man. I appreciate everybody who came through. Appreciate everybody who've been watching all the playbacks back there. I appreciate all you guys back there in the playbacks, man. I appreciate everybody who was here watching. Debo, Sean, everybody who leaving comments, man. I appreciate y'all. Intelligent Cycle, I know you dipped, but appreciate you too, bro, if you're gonna watch the whole thing. Carve Beats, respect you, bro. Chris Zero, much love, much love. You was a troll, so it is what it is. I'm not gonna shout you out. Appreciate everybody that came through. Dupree Addison, appreciate you too. I didn't even get a chance to answer your question because I missed it. But he said, will he be taking off TDE like homie from OVO? I don't think, I mean, at the end of the day, these are businesses. So if TDE were to take Isaiah Rashad off of the label based off of this, that could be perceived as discrimination. You feel me? Discrimination, and it could be that by doing that, you open up a whole can of worms on the business side. So unless something specific goes down, we're not with the jokes. Unless something specific happens, you feel me? I don't think he's going to leave. I don't think he's going to be cut from TDE. I think he'll only leave TDE if he actually wanted to leave TDE. Facts. TDE ain't getting no pressure from no one. They the streets. They're going to shelve him. Debo says they're going to shelve him. Yeah, I would shelve him until we can figure out, like, until we figure out the next step on how to actually push this the right way, how to spin this, how we're going to make music. We're probably gonna have to re-record whatever he's been working on. Like, there's so much change that has to be done. Like, this is a event that will define Isaiah Rashad. So you have to take a moment, figure out the best way to play it, and then bring him back if you want to get the investment, get your actual investment. Or if he doesn't want to get shelved, then he has to make a statement saying, yo, I'm leaving TDE not because of what happened, but because I need to find I can find better opportunities elsewhere. That's the way you gotta play it as a business. You cannot fire a man for his preferences. That's just business. You got a written contract with the man. You can't eliminate a contract because of his preferences. that leaves them open to so much. No jokes. Oh, but I'm up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. I appreciate it. We'll probably be back. What's tomorrow? Is tomorrow's Thursday. Late night tomorrow. Probably gonna be on the reviews. I might have to do another Nicki Minaj live stream about her new single. Or I might do the Wiz Khalifa and Juicy J project that's coming out. I'm not sure. Things are going to continue to fluctuate. We gonna leave on that note, Shaw. Not dog top. That's cold blooded. But alright, y'all. I'm gone for real. Peace.